welcome Mr. Sam DeLuc, President of the South Australian Parliamentary Friends of Taiwan, to deliver his speech.
And in doing a bit of research, our trading relationship goes back to 1946, when after the Second World War there was a shortage of paintbrushes here in Australia. And it was in that time that the Royal Australian Air Force launched an operation to import 25 tonnes of pig bristles from the KMT government, as they were crucial to making paintbrushes here in Australia after the war. And of course that effort was called Operation Pig Bristle, and it was a great success, and it was the first of the major trading relationships between Australia and Taiwan, and that continues today. It's free trade, it's our democracy that makes our two nations so strong and such wonderful friends. And for me, and on behalf of the Parliament of South Australia, thank you for having us to celebrate this wonderful, important National Day with all of you. Thank you very much.
Which is probably of great interest to all of you. Can I just indicate very briefly what a pleasure it is to join all you for the Double 10 celebration, the 108th anniversary of the founding of the Republic of China, following the great work of Dr. Sun Yat-sen and his efforts to re-establish a China sovereignty that in fact had endured for many centuries and had been so successful with innovation, with commerce, with its trade with nations around the ancient world. And indeed, therefore, it is not really surprising to understand that today Taiwan is a significant trader, that it is a very successful economy, and that it has built relationships, political, cultural and economic, with countries around the world. And whilst we live in very uncertain times, and whilst some of the global leadership, to my mind, is capricious, the reality is that old friends are always the best friends and stand closest when the going gets tough. And so therefore, where we celebrate the Double 10 celebration, and when we consider some of the challenges globally at this time, we in Australia, and certainly here in Victoria, which my apologies to my interstate colleagues who are here, led by Mr. DeLuca, Victoria is the most outward-looking, the most global-focused of the states in Australia. And for us in particular, we are very proud of the contribution of the Taiwanese community here, and very proud of the relationship that we have with Taiwan and the opportunities that it has created over many decades, and more importantly, the possibilities that it has in the future. Thank you for letting me yet again be part of this celebration of Double 10 tonight, and to join with such a cast of characters, some Consul Generals, some parliamentary colleagues, some councillors in local government. Indeed, Jan Kronberg, a former colleague in the Legislative Council here in Victoria, who was honoured by the Taiwanese government for her contribution to the relationship and the goodwill between Victoria and Taiwan.
And we are very, very much impressed, not just only with the economic development, the technological achievement, but also with the social and cultural development and the heritage that you have over there. Every time I've been to Taiwan, I always went to the museum. I could spend days there, and it's fascinating, and so many things to see and learn about 1,000 years of history. But not only that, the Australia as a country and Taiwan, we not only share the geographical proximity, but we also share the trade relationship, More importantly, we share the values that we cherish very much, namely, which are the democracy idea and also the human rights. And Taiwan is, as far as I know, the first Asian country that acknowledge and legalize same-sex marriage. And also in Taiwan, I have also learned that the indigenous people, 16 groups of indigenous people have been recognized, and their culture and their languages are being preserved. So that is such a progressive policy that the Taiwanese government are pursuing. We understand and appreciate very much the hard work and the contribution, particularly of the Taiwanese community to the state of Victoria. And I myself in particular, as a migrant, in fact, a refugee to this country some time ago from Vietnam, understand and appreciate very much the hardship that you have to go through together, but at the same time, the determination to preserve and share your culture with all of us. Your contribution for the Taiwanese community has strengthened and added more to the vibrancy and the richness of our multicultural character, particularly here in the state of Victoria. So thank you for the Taiwanese community. Congratulations to Taiwan for the 108th National Day celebration of the Republic of China. And thank you for having me here today.